As a part of our nationwide Next Star Media Contest, we're honoring remarkable women and the great contributions that they're making in our local communities. This morning, news anchor Sabila Vargas is introducing us to our 4 finalists. We'll announce the winner at the end of Your Carolina at the end of our show. Sabila has more with our story.
Our first finalist grew up in a farm, which she says really formed who she is. She's dedicated her life to impacting her family, community, and the world. Here's what makes Sue Mobley remarkable.
This is when we were able to get money for the video cameras.
They say don't judge a book by its cover, and Sue Mobley is the perfect example of that.
How'd you guys stop this wall?
I caught up with this remarkable woman and her friend Vicki Herring at Cedar Springs Baptist Church in Spartanburg, where she spends most of her time serving countless charitable organizations. The 69-year-old has been a trailblazer in the medical and law enforcement fields.
Well, half of my family's in medical. The other half is law enforcement. So I had them pulling me at both ends.
We were surrounded by a room full of awards that Sue received.
Well, 1991 was another one of my honors when I was recognized as the Emergency Nurse of the Year.
As a nurse, Sue was part of a committee that established the first sexual assault kits in the state.
We had a committee, we had a team of SANE nurses, sexual assault nurse examiners. You have to go and take classes, you have to go and take a final exam, and it prepares you so that you're able to collect the evidence so there'd be no question. Once SLED analyzed and was able to get the DNA that we collected of the victim or the patient, and we was able to help the solicitor's office so they could make a prosecution of that person.
And if that weren't impressive enough, some years later she joined the police department as an undercover cop.
Well, they said they needed some young females with new faces, because when you went in as a rookie in law enforcement, they used you to buy the drugs or the illegal liquor. And I don't know, women can be more persuasive than men in law enforcement when you're making the drug buys and the illegal liquor buys. So I kind of, persuaded them as a female and used my talents in that direction to help them make the buys.
To say Vicki was surprised would be an understatement.
Well, a few years back, somebody told me she was an undercover cop, and I was like, what? I thought Sue had always been a nurse, and I knew she ran the emergency room, but I didn't know at the same time she was packing.
Sue may not still be carrying a badge, but she's a regular at the gym, exercising 3 times a week, which could come in handy when you're mowing the church's lawn. You heard right, Sue mows the lawn.
This whole bank from where you see the end down here and all the way over here.
She's obviously got muscle, but it's her heart which is the strongest of them all.
It's very important that we show compassion to people, because there's just too much violence in the world. People are so angry with each other, and we need to have more love that Jesus talked about.
And she credits her parents for showing her the way.
Well, I had hard-working parents, and they believed in hard work, and my parents instilled in me that we should always do is learn how to not only work hard, but show your work through helping others, which is really the ministry of Jesus.
Thank you, Sabila. Sue has traveled all the way to Romania to spread the word of God. She volunteers with Habitat for Humanity, and the list goes on and on. Another remarkable accomplishment is the work that she's done with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, making sure patrol cars are equipped with video cameras for evidence. Sue joins us in studio this morning. She's our first finalist that we're going to honor today. Sue, congratulations. First of all,
thank you.
What a story. We were reading through your list of accomplishments, and we were like, is there anything that Sue does not do? And there doesn't seem to be any of those things. From mowing the lawn to going to Romania to spread the word of God. What a remarkable woman you are. Thank you so much for being here with us. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
What was the catalyst? We're talking, our question of the day is about, is there a woman in your life that really started that energy of doing things for the community? Who was that woman
mother?
for you? Yeah.
Easy. You're like,
I know, for sure.
Why? What stands out about Mama?
She always saw the good in people and always wanted to help people, especially if they were down with their luck. And she was very inspirational in leading me in that direction.
Where did you grow up, Sue?
Spartanburg.
in Spartanburg.
Yeah.
What was it like too? Because you've kind of seen it all, from the undercover work, which I love that your friend Vicky was like, "Wait, what?
She's
Miss Sue was
packing?
an
Miss Sue
undercover
was packing?
cop." What? I bet you've got some stories from there. But you know, you see the good, the bad in those situations.
And you're delighted to see the good, but when you see the bad, you want to be able to pull them up with the good so that they can move on in the right direction.
And you were talking about going to Romania and everything that's going on in the world with now with Ukraine and all these things. I'm sure that impacts you in a very specific way. Talk about the work that you've done over there and why that was so important to you.
Well, that particularly was important because the Romanians were in desperate need of medical attention. There's only one physician in that area where I went in the south part of Romania that needed, you know, just a little TLC, and also to know that they needed help with their medications. A lot of them didn't know how to get it. A lot of them didn't know how to proceed about making doctor visits. So when I made rounds with the physician, he was able to integrate with me some ideas about how we could get them closer to getting their doctor visits made and also to get their medications they needed on a daily basis.
And how was that too? I mean, there's kind of a language barrier.
It is, and we had, fortunately that doctor could interpret. So he was able to communicate with them while I communicated with him and them in a, you know, like a tripod conversation so that we could get their needs met.
And Miss Sue, I know the relationship I had with my school nurse, and so I know that relationship is a very important one too. Talk about that time and how that was such an important time in your career as well.
Well, it was after I retired, they called and said, would I consider coming and working in after school in the districts, and I did, and my eyes was open because back when I went to school, I did not see the health disparities that I'm seeing now with young children. So I'm able to give them the medications, give the children that have a knowledge base some education about how to take their medications if mama's not available, and then work with any kind of other health problems that they may need help with.
What did it mean to you when you found out that you'd been nominated for this?
I was very humbled because I always feel like there's always someone better than me.
I mean,
that's the true sign of a, I just was reading something too about someone that's like.
Were you on the lawnmower, the church lawnmower, when you found out that you were nominated? You're out cutting the grass.
No, but I was working. Yes.
Well, congratulations. We're so proud of all the things you've done. Our community is better because of the work that you do. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sue. You're remarkable. We're glad to have met you and just kind of hear a brief part of your story.
There's so much more.
Very cool.